Welcome to Afghan News with Amit Sahil. Pakistan had no confirmation that Al-Qaeda chief of operation in the country had been killed in a recent drone strike in the northwestern tribal region, reported by American officials said on Friday. Abu Hafs al-Shari, a Saudi national who had been serving as the senior figure in Al-Qaeda's central command, was the targeted of the drone strike, which occurred within last few days, two U.S. officials said on Thursday. While U.S. officials declined to provide precise detail to the only drone strike this month occurred on Sunday when a U.S. drone targeted a militant compound near the town of Mir Ali in North Waziristan that killed at least 3 suspect militants. Al-Shari would be 6th senior Al-Qaeda figure which killed by either 8 U.S. Pakistani force in Pakistan since May, with the death of their chief Osama bin Laden and a secret U.S. raid on the Pakistani town. NATO's International Security Assistance Force said on a Taliban suspect and as member of the Pakistani base Afghan network were ill in the wake of the attack in Afghan capital. At least 15 militants dead. The Taliban suspect and their associate coordinate multiple attacks in the Kabul against Afghan and coordination force to include September 13, 2011 attacks at the NATO headquarters and the U.S. embassy. The Taliban militants had also planned to attack in the Paktika province, but they were captured by the Afghan police in this province. The standoff ended when troops finally killed the 2 last insurgents who had killed overnight in the high-rise building under construction just few hundred meters from the heavily guarded U.S. embassy. The U.S. military blamed the Haqqani network for the attack bombing on the Saturday against a NATO base in Wardak province that wounded 77 American troops before attack in Afghan capital Kabul. Afghan officials say fighting erupted in western Afghanistan when Iranian security forces crossed the border and opened fire on Afghan borders guard. Abdul Jabbar Burdili, police chief in southwestern Nimroz province, said that the shooting near the village of Hoja Abdul Rahman lasted for about 30 minutes, but no casualties were reported. Burdili added that many incidents like Wednesday have occurred in the past several years and believed that the Iranian tried to establish an illegal post inside the Afghan territory. Nimroz is a sparsely populated and underdeveloped province in the western Afghanistan, border Iran province, Sistan and Balochistan. Tajikistan Foreign Minister Khan Zarifi received Mr. Pierre Morel, the European Union Special Representative for Central Asia, and Mr. Edward Ewer, Ambassador head of the delegation of the European Union to Tajikistan on Thursday, September 15. The European Union Special Envoy for the Central Asia reportedly informed Tajik Minister for the activists in the region. According to report, Pierre Morel particularly informed Zarifi to the trips Kazakhstan and shared the vision of the situation in the country. Khan Zarifi noted that as a nearest neighbors, Tajikistan was interested in the stable situation in the country. Also informed the European Union envoy the situation in the region and Tajikistan revolution. Neighboring countries. Zarifi also touched upon issue to Tajikistan admission to the World Trade Organization WTO. When anger is mounting in Islamabad against Kabul's stability or unwilling to control Afghanistan-based Taliban, Pakistan group from carrying out attack on Pakistani border checkposts. Incidentally, the United States has accused Islamabad of showering similar reluctance to control of the Pakistan-based Haqqani network and the alleged attack on the international troops in Afghanistan. Pakistani reacted sharply to fresh U.S. allegation on Thursday and that it was reclaimed after the Haqqani network, wearing the such claim could undermine anti-terror cooperation between the countries. The remark tributes to the U.S. Defense Secretary Leon Panetta. Carried by the media, these remarks are not aligned with cooperation the two countries have in the counter-terrorism. Pakistan Foreign Office spokesperson Tahmina Junjua said in a statement. The NTC force were faced the rocket fire. According to the member of the military council, Ali Govan, said fighters crossed a major highway over the pass, the southwestern entrance of the city of about 100 people met by rocket fire from Gaddafi loyalists. Jalal al-Galal, a spokesperson for the Libya's new leader, said several thousand fighters were involved, backed with the tanks and machinized vehicles. The fighters advanced into the city entrance, clashing with the snipers held in a high-rise office tower with the member of the entire with the Gaddafi's troops and brigade and residence of the leader in the breach. Gillivan said and the 4 fighters on his side had been killed and 7 wounded. After one-day attack by Taliban militants in Afghanistan on the U.S. Embassy in Kabul, China has recalled for an early resumption on stability. The Chinese state noted the incident and gave its intention to the security situation. In Afghanistan, Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesman Jing Yu said in a response to a question on the attack, a number of the armed insurgents on Thursday attacked different parts of the Afghanistan capital of Kabul, including the U.S. Embassy and NATO headquarters. NATO Secretary General Andres Fogg Rasmussen said the assault were aimed at drawing plans to hand over the security to Afghan forces, but they will not succeed. Jing said that we hope that the parties involved to sincerely take responsibility for the helping Afghanistan improve its capability when handing over security to Afghan forces. Mexican Navy has recovered for the body of Australian worker who disappeared during an oil rig evacuation last week. Ahead of Tropical Storm Ned, officials said that the man's body was found on Thursday in the Gulf of Mexico. The victim was among 10 workers from the U.S.-based Geotech, the abandoned disabled oil rig. On Sunday, 6 people were rescued from raft 3 days after fleeing the oil rig. According to the report, the Australian man lost his grip on the raft after the few hours. The other 3 workers died, including 2 Americans and a Bangladeshi. Malaysia's Prime Minister Najib Razak told his country will abolish half-century-old security law that allow for people to be detained without trial. Prime Minister Najib Razak has announced the abolition of the internal security said. The reporter said it would be replaced with the 2 new laws aimed at combating terrorism without informing to the basic human rights. Thousands of people have been detained under the British colonial-era law. Observers said the media and Najib Razak is moving ahead with the civil liberties reform to bolster support for his ruling National Front coalition ahead of the next general election, which are expected to call in 2012. At the schedule of the 1 year, the National Front has been struggling since 2008. When it lost a parliamentary majority to an opposition coalition led by former Deputy Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim, the party popularity has eroded further since the police broke up massive public rally for electoral reform back in July. End of news. Thanks for your precious time.